All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are diving deep into four super practical, future-proof AI business models that are actually built to last all the way to 2026 and beyond.
I mean, AI is absolutely everywhere, right? It's all over the headlines. But let's be real. How do you actually cut through all that noise and build a real business with it? Not just a side project, but something sustainable. Well, that's exactly the question we're going to answer today. So here's the game plan. We're going to look at four different archetypes or business models. First, the agency, all about selling clarity. Then, the trend surfer, who just rides those viral waves. Third, the SaaS reseller, which is about building real equity. And finally, the content creator, who's all about going viral. And stick around, because at the end, we'll put them side by side to help you figure out which one is your perfect fit. All right, let's kick things off with our first model, the agency. Now, this one is perfect if you love the idea of helping other businesses figure out AI, but maybe you're not, a super technical coder yourself. So, what's the core idea here? It's simple. You're selling expertise and those awesome done-for-you services. Think of yourself as the AI guide for businesses that are completely overwhelmed. They just don't have the time or the brain space to figure this stuff out on their own, and that's where you come in.
And the services you can offer? They're actually surprisingly simple. Liam Otley points out two fantastic starting points. First up, something called instant website flipping. You literally use a tool like Aura Build to take some local business's ancient, clunky website and give it a slick, modern makeover in minutes. The second one is doing AI tools audits. You'd use a massive database, something like There's an AI for that, to find the perfect tool to fix a company's biggest headache. It's brilliant. And this quote from Liam really just nails it. He says, you're not building anything, you're not coding anything. See, you're not a developer. You're not expected to write a single line of code. Your real value is selling clarity. You're the one guiding these businesses out of the AI jungle and onto a clear path. And the potential here? It's absolutely real. Seriously, think about this. Just by flipping, say, 2 or 3 of those outdated websites a week, you could be looking at $10,000 a month. That's a tangible, high-value service that solves an immediate, glaring problem for these small businesses. Okay, moving on to our second archetype, the trend surfer. If the agency is about stability, this one is all about speed. It's about being nimble and jumping on whatever's exploding in popularity right now. The whole game for the trend surfer is moving at lightning speed. So when a new AI trend like Moltbook, which was kind of like a Reddit for AI agents, goes viral, you don't hesitate, you act. Chris Kerner, for instance, immediately spun up moltbooknews.com to catch that first massive wave of curiosity and search traffic. It's all about being the first one to show up at the party. So you're probably wondering, how is that even possible? Well, it's through this process Chris Kerner calls vibe coding. And no, it's not traditional programming at all. You just spot the trend, find a design you kind of like, and then you tell an AI tool like Replit to build the whole site for you, just based on your prompts. After that, you plug in a couple of basic tools for email and analytics, hit publish, and you're live. It is shockingly fast. And the results? I mean, they really speak for themselves. With zero promotion, and I mean nothing, no tweets, no emails, nada, Chris's brand new site pulled in 12 unique visitors in the first half hour. That is the power of catching a trend right as it's taking off. All right, let's talk about model number 3, the SaaS reseller. Now, if the trend surfer is all about quick bursts of traffic, this one is the exact opposite. This is for those of you who want to build a business with predictable, recurring revenue, something with real long-term equity. So the key here is that you're not building any software from scratch. Nope. Instead, you take an incredibly powerful pre-built AI platform, Jason Wardrop uses the example high level, and you white label it. Now, what does that mean? It just means you slap your own brand, your own logo, and your own pricing on it. And boom, you're selling it as your very own product to a specific niche, like local businesses. And with this model, you get to solve some really specific high-value problems for these local businesses. Think about it. You can automatically optimize their Google My Business profile. Or, get this, you can set up an automated text that goes out every time they miss a call, so they never lose a lead again. Or you can build a system that just automatically generates more 5-star reviews. I mean, these are the kinds of services that local businesses are desperate for. And the beauty of this business model? It's all about that sweet, sweet recurring revenue. The typical price point for a package like this is somewhere around $299 per month per client. That creates a super stable, predictable income that just grows and grows with every new customer you bring on.
And this is probably the most important thing to understand about the reseller model. It's all about leverage. A simple one-time setup that might take you, 15 or 20 minutes? That little bit of work can generate that $299 a month every single month from that one client. It's just an incredibly efficient, high-leverage way to build a business.
Okay, and that brings us to our final archetype, the content creator. This is for all you creative folks out there who want to use AI to churn out viral content at a massive scale. The strategy here is pretty simple. You find out what's already blowing up on platforms like YouTube Shorts, and you lean into it. For example, the channel Wholesale Ted points out this huge explosion of AI-generated time-lapse videos. So the goal is to use a whole suite of AI tools to just pump out a ton of this kind of content and then rake in the ad revenue. And the process itself is almost like a digital assembly line. It's a really clear, repeatable workflow. You start by brainstorming crazy ideas with something like Gemini. Then you generate your before and after pictures with an image tool, say Nano Banana. From there, an AI animator like Kling creates all the frames in between. And then you just stitch it all together in an editor like Clipchamp, speed it up, and you get that super mesmerizing time-lapse effect. And the potential income, it's just staggering. We're talking about a successful channel, maybe only a few weeks old, that can pull in up to $5,000 a week in ad revenue, just by catching these trends early and being consistent. Okay, and this is a really important point because it trips a lot of people up. There's this myth going around that YouTube won't monetize AI videos. Well, as Wholesale Ted makes very clear, that is just not true. It's false. As long as your content follows the same community guidelines as everything else, it is absolutely 100% eligible for monetization. So don't let that myth stop you. All right, so we've walked through all four models: the agency, the trend surfer, the SaaS reseller, and the content creator. Now for the big question: which path is right for you? Let's put them all side by side and find out. Okay, let's break this down. If you look at technical difficulty, the agency and the content creator are super easy to get into, really low bar. The SaaS reseller is also low tech, but you've got that monthly software fee, so we'll call the startup cost medium. The trend surfer, that one needs a little more technical skill, mostly with prompting AIs, but the cost is still low. Now, when you look at revenue, they all have huge potential. The big difference is that the SaaS reseller is the only one really built for that stable, recurring income. So there you have it, 4 totally distinct, really powerful, and genuinely future-proof ways to build a business with AI. You've got the expert agency, the super fast trend surfer, the stable SaaS reseller, and the viral content creator. So now the only question left to answer is, which one are you?